Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share something a lot of men over 60 ask me about: natural ways to support healthy blood flow and confidence in the bedroom without hype. We're going to talk about a simple kitchen spice, cloves, and how to use it in a sensible, food-first way that fits regular life. Quick note before we start: this video is educational and not medical advice. Results vary from person to person, and if you take medications, especially blood thinners, or have a health condition, please talk with your clinician before trying anything new. Stay with me to the end, because I'll walk you through an easy routine I call the 2+2 method, plus a short checklist that men in their 60s and 70s have found helpful for energy, circulation, and intimacy. As we age, a lot changes under the hood. Blood vessels can get a little stiffer. Nitric oxide signaling may not feel as strong as it used to, and everyday habits, stress, sleep, movement, can nudge hormones and circulation in directions we don't always love. That doesn't mean the story ends here. It simply means we look for realistic, enjoyable steps that work together. And that's where cloves come in. Cloves contain a natural compound called eugenol, which has been explored in lab and animal research for effects on blood vessels, inflammation, and overall circulation. While we're not talking about a miracle or a cure, using culinary-level clove in the right way may become one more supportive piece in your toolkit. Let's set expectations clearly. We're not replacing medical care, we're not handing out guarantees, and we're not swallowing essential oils. We're talking about cooking, tea, and flavor smart, safe practices that fit a normal day. When I say culinary level, I mean the same amounts you'd find in a home-cooked recipe or a modest cup of spiced tea. Overdoing it, especially with concentrated oils, is not the goal. The smartest path is to start low, listen to your body, and keep your healthcare provider in the loop if you have questions. Now, why might cloves be helpful? Think of two angles: circulation and comfort. For circulation, eugenol has been associated in preclinical settings with helping blood vessels relax. That kind of effect, combined with a generally healthy lifestyle, could support better flow from head to toe. For comfort, cloves bring a warming, soothing profile that pairs naturally with ginger or cinnamon. When you sip a small mug of clove tea in the evening, a lot of men describe a sense of warmth and unwinding at the end of the day, exactly the kind of state that can support confidence later on. Remember, the mind-body connection is real. When you feel relaxed and present, intimacy often becomes easier and more satisfying. Before I teach you the 2+2 method, let's go through a quick safety filter. If you're on anticoagulants or antiplatelet medications, things like warfarin, clopidogrel, or daily aspirin, clove may not be the best fit without a conversation with your clinician, because it can influence normal blood clotting at higher intakes. If you have a bleeding disorder, are scheduled for surgery, or have a history of liver concerns, check in with your medical team. If spicy, aromatic teas give you reflux, reduce the amount or try the breakfast option instead. And a firm guideline: we're not putting clove essential oil directly in the mouth. Cooking with the spice is one thing, concentrated oil is a different story. Food level use keeps you in a sensible lane. All right, the 2+2 method. It's simple, flexible, and designed to fit a week without feeling like a chore. The first 2 is 2 clove-focused moments you can repeat during the week, each one quick and approachable. The second 2 is 2 supportive habits that multiply the benefit. Let's start with the clove moments. Number 1, clove tea in the evening, 2 to 3 nights a week. In a small saucepan, simmer 2 whole cloves and a thin slice of fresh ginger in about 8 to 10 ounces of water for 8 to 10 minutes, then strain. You can add a squeeze of lemon if you like. This is not a daily assignment. Think of it as a gentle ritual that helps you wind down. Take a few slow breaths, enjoy the warmth, and let the day go. Number 2, the breakfast sprinkle. On alternate days, add a light pinch, about 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon, of ground clove to oatmeal, a smoothie, or yogurt. Clove flavor is bold, so start smaller and increase only if you enjoy the taste. Over a week, these little moments help you stay consistent without forcing a big change. Want an optional upgrade? A clove-friendly spice rub for your protein 1 or 2 times a week. Stir together ground clove with cinnamon, black pepper, and a favorite paprika. Dust it lightly over salmon or chicken before baking. It's flavorful, seasonal, and the kind of small habit that builds momentum. You're not trying to overhaul your diet, you're simply replacing bland with better. Now let's add the other two, the supportive habits that can make a noticeable difference for many men. First, movement. You don't need a gym membership or a punishing routine. 10 to 20 minutes of brisk walking, light resistance bands, or a short bodyweight circuit can help your blood vessels behave more youthfully. The goal is consistency, not exhaustion. I often suggest a 10-minute trigger right after your clove tea or right after breakfast on sprinkle days. Tie the habit to the spice moment, and it's easier to remember. Second, the circulation-friendly plate. Keep a rotation of nitrate-rich vegetables like beets, arugula, and spinach in your meals. These foods can support nitric oxide pathways that tend to matter more as we age. A beet and berry smoothie with a tiny dash of clove? Tasty, practical, and aligned with the mission. Let's talk mindset because it's easy to get discouraged. Many men expect overnight transformation, and when that doesn't happen, they quit. Realistically, what you're building here is a pathway, calmer evenings, slightly better sleep, a little more daily movement, and meals that support circulation. In that setting, intimacy often feels easier. The mind is less distracted, the body is more responsive, and you're present with your partner. Even small wins like feeling warmer in the hands and feet or noticing you're less wiped out by the afternoon can be signs that your routine is helping your overall vitality, not just one aspect of it. If you're wondering about dosing, stay conservative and culinary. The tea uses 2 whole cloves, small but aromatic. The breakfast sprinkle is a fraction of a teaspoon. Some people love the flavor and want more, but remember that stronger isn't always better, especially in older adults or anyone on medications. If something doesn't feel right, say you notice stomach irritation, scale back, pause, or switch to the protein rub once a week. Your body's feedback is a useful guide. I also want to address a common question. Should you use capsules or extracts? For most viewers, the food-first approach is the most reasonable starting place. You get the aroma, the enjoyable ritual, and you avoid the pitfalls of concentrated products that may not be necessary. If you're curious about supplements, make that a separate conversation with your clinician, especially if you take prescription medications or manage a chronic condition. There's nothing wrong with being curious, just keep it informed and safe. Here's a weekly snapshot you can try. On Monday and Thursday evenings, brew the clove ginger tea. On Tuesday and Saturday mornings, add a light clove sprinkle to oatmeal or a smoothie. Pick 2 10-minute movement blocks right after each of those moments, maybe a brisk walk, some gentle squats while holding the kitchen counter, or a set of resistance band pulls for your back and shoulders. On Wednesday, make that clove cinnamon rub for dinner. Keep your plate colorful with greens and a beet side dish once or twice during the week. And if you like, journal 1 or 2 lines about energy, sleep, and mood. Not to judge yourself, just to notice trends. Who might want to pause or skip cloves? If you're scheduled for surgery, if you've been told to avoid foods that could affect clotting, if you have a history of liver disease, or if your healthcare provider has you on a tightly managed medication list, have a quick conversation first. The goal is to keep you safe while still exploring simple, enjoyable habits. And again, essential oils are not the same as spices. We're cooking here, not taking sublingual drops. As we wrap up, remember what we said at the start. This is a lifestyle nudge, not a guarantee. Many men find that small, pleasant rituals create a friendlier environment for blood flow and desire. The tea helps you unwind. The sprinkle brings warmth to breakfast. The movement blocks wake up your circulation. The plate supports nitric oxide pathways. And cloves, used wisely, bring a little spark of flavor and tradition to the process. Over time, these steady steps can make a day feel more energized and a night feel more connected. If you try the 2+2 method, tell me in the comments how you used cloves. Did you go team tea or team sprinkle? I'd also love to hear your favorite clove-friendly recipes. If this video helped you, consider sharing it with a friend who's looking for natural, food-first ideas. In the description, I've left a short checklist you can save, along with simple recipe ideas to make your week easier. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Take care of your circulation, take care of your sleep, and take care of your relationships. I'll see you in the next video, where we look at 2 other everyday spices that pair beautifully with cloves to support a lively, resilient body, especially after 60.